This is Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 3 and 4 in the KJV. And this is what it reads. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that in warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. I want to give all the praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world inwardly calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakah Quadash is the Holy Spirit, the Pale of Hebrew, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, the will that they continue to endure and be sincere. And the mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word in the same Spirit, that they endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwat Yam that are believers in His faith and His truth, the way that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not of faith. Just pay attention to what's on the screen. Seal it in. Hold it. Maybe your path is harder because your calling is higher. And Lord willing, I could do a part 2 because we need to know that we were called for a higher purpose. We were called for something higher than what you think that you were called to do on this earth as a astonishment, a superstar, a basketball player, an entrepreneur, a doctor. We was called to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and endure to the end. I'm going to read 2 Timothy chapter 2 again, but in the NLT, verse 3 to 7. It says, endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushai. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. And athletes cannot win the prize unless they follow the rules. A hardworking farmers should be the first to enjoy the fruit of their labor. Think about what I am saying. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will help you understand all these things. He's going to send us the Rakah Quadash, the Comforter, that's going to teach us all things in the name of Hamashiach Yahushai. And we need to pay attention. We need to elevate and constantly push ourselves to please the Lord. Without pleasing the Lord, what is we doing? Who are we? You know, the Lord put us here to show that we have obedience unto Him. I want to read something real quick in Ecclesiasticus Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 5. They that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will not disobey His word, and they that love Him will keep His ways. They that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will seek that which is well-pleasing unto Him, and they that love Him shall be filled with the law. And they that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sight. Man, it's all about showing that we fear the Lord. All these things that the Lord can give us, but we must seek Him. First seek the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. Coming to serve the Lord is harder than anything on this earth, because you really have to live by faith and not by sight. Everything in this world push you by sight, right? Just quote it, because I quote the scripture. Let's bring it out. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. This is 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter. And I'm going to read verse 5. It says, but watch thou in all things and endure afflictions. Do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. And this is directed towards the men, to the men that's picking up this Bible. You know, you got to make full proof of this word. You got to correct and let alone show that this word is the truth, you know? And if the Lord calls you to be a minister, you are a servant of servants. And you have to endure the afflictions, the loss of family, because how much you put this truth, right, what you deal with in your mental and your physical. And a lot of women that come in this truth, you can learn a lot from a man of the Lord, right? But Lord willing, the Lord open your eyes to see who the men of the Lord in front of you. right? So I'm going to read this in the GMT. This is 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter, in verse 3 to 14. Go ahead, sir, I said. And he continued. Picture in your mind a broad, immense sea spreading over a vast area, but with an entrance no wider than a river. No one who wishes to enter that sea, whether to visit it or control it, can reach its broad expanse of water without passing through the narrow entrance. Or take another example. Picture a city built on a plain. The city is full of all kinds of good things, but the entrance to it is narrow and steep, with fire on one side and deep water on the other. The one path between the fire and the water is so narrow that only one person at a time may walk on it. This is how difficult this path is, which you are called for. This is a hard path. If anyone inherits the city, he cannot take possession of his inheritance without passing through this dangerous pass through this dangerous entrance. Right? So you can't get this inheritance unless you walk past this dangerous entrance. That is right, sir, I said. That is how it is with the people of Israel, he added. I made this world. This is the angel speaking to Ezra on behalf of Yahweh. I made this world for their sake. But when Adam broke my commands, the world came under my judgment. Then the entrance to this world were made narrow and difficult to travel. They were rough, dangerous, and few in number, right? And the flesh makes it no better. But the entrance to the great world to come are wide and safe and led to immortality. You got to know what you getting yourself into. What's at the end of the road? Everyone who lives must walk the narrow and meaningless ways of this world in order to receive the blessings stored up in the world to come. We must go through it. You must go through the thorns. You must duck and weave. You must put on your armor to protect yourself. And the whole thing is about using Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai as much as you can to the best of your ability. That's why it's important. It's important to have the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. This is Matthew, the 7th chapter, in verse 13 to 14. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Only a few. Many is called, but only a few are going to find it. Is it you? Is it you? You got to really think, is it you? Let's get another one. 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, verse 4. So answered I and said, verse 3. For there be many created, but few shall be saved. So answered I and said, swallow them down, O my soul, and understand and devour wisdom. The ones that's going to overcome this walk, this hard path, are the ones that's going to devour this wisdom. Because without the wisdom of the Lord, we are regarded as nothing. This is why you need the wisdom of the Lord. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and this is the time. Today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after. I like how it say at the top, music hall. Do you hear the sound? Do you hear the song, the symphony, the verses, the choir? It's just thus saith the Lord. And it always hit on point because it is a two-edged sword. Let's go to something in the history. Let's go to Genesis, the 19th chapter. Lot and his family was called for something greater. When before Abraham was trying to intercede, trying to plead with the Lord, if it was 50, 45, 40, 30, 25 righteous people in the land, will he destroy it? This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 12 to 17. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh have sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for Yahweh will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the integrity, or Salaki, in the iniquity of thy city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters, Yahweh being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they were brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Right? You got to understand, of course, Lot plead, can we go over here to this mountain? And they said, yeah. And then he got afraid, and he went further away from the 5 provinces of the city. And Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, but Lot and his 2 daughters didn't look back, but his wife did. Are you the one being called to come out this place spiritually and mentally so you can receive that physical salvation? Let's go to something that relates to it. Revelations, the 18th chapter, verse 4. Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues, which is the missiles that's going to come destroy America in 60 minutes. Go read verse 17 all the way to 19, and you'll find out America is going to be hit, which is Mystery Babylon, virgin daughter of Babylon, which haven't been touched. And she's going to be destroyed in 60 minutes, right? So you want to come out of here right now while you have the chance, spiritually and mentally. So when Yahushua arrives, you're physically going to be taken out of here and delivered, scarcely saved by the skin of your teeth. Lord willing, that's me. Lord willing, that's you. This is why we desire to be of the hopeful elect. If you don't, this is not for you. Let's go to James, the 4th chapter and the 4th verse. Because people that's not trying to come out of here mentally or spiritually, even physically, it's friends of the world. James 4:4, Ye adulterers and adulterers, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. We go to 1 John 2:15, it tells you, love not the world. Don't be a friend of the world where you so attached, you can't go without, right? That you'll do anything just for this world to still be in flow motion. In order to get this kingdom, we must suffer. Maybe your path is harder because your calling is higher. The higher the calling, the harder the suffering. But do you have the will strength? If not, what is you doing? You better call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Let's go to Romans chapter 7 in the NLT, starting at verse 15. It says, I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. But if I know that what I am doing is wrong, this shows that I agree that the law is good. So I am not the one doing wrong. It is sin living in me that does it. And I know that nothing good lives in me, that is, in my sinful nature. I want to do what is right, but I can't. I want to do what is good, but I don't. I don't want to do what is wrong, but I do it anyways. But if I do what I don't want to do, I am not really the one doing it. It is sin living in me that does it. I have discovered this principle of life, that when I want to do what is right, I inevitably do what is wrong. It is because of your flesh. That's why this thing is so hard, because you're fighting against the world, you're fighting against your flesh. The things of the world is the people, the system that you're in, right? Your oppressors, right? Even people of your own nation. But you have to duck and weave, duck and weave. Let them miss. And sometimes you do slip, sometimes you do fall, but you got the chance to get your butt back up and try again. And Lord willing, the Lord is raising you up. St. John 6:44, right? The Father will draw you to the Son, and the Son will raise you up in the last days. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 13. It says, for if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. Go look up the word mortify. It means put to death. You have to put to death the deeds of the flesh so you can live, man. Know what you signed up for. Know what's greater. The things that you don't see is greater than the things that you do see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's go to 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and let's read verse 18. Actually, let's start at 16. For which cause we faint not, but through our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. This is why you're going to perish the outward man, right? To mortify, put to death. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. This is what this is trying to work out your salvation. Everything you going through is to make you strong. So at the end, you'll know, wow, this is what this was for. But you need to already have a mindset of wow. When you're daily at the gates, the doors of the Lord, and you understanding his word by learning under the feet of men, right? If you win this thing, verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but are at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Where is your mind at? Get your mind out the gutter like the Ninja Turtles and have your mind on the horizon on what you don't see, because it's going to be better than anything you have ever seen. Have you tried it? Will you do it? What's stopping you? It's yourself in this world. But know that the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear. And if Yahushua overcame, if he could do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, I damn sure can do it. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 37. It says, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. And that's Yahushua, man. We're conquerors through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Stand strong. Hold on. You already been called a conqueror through the Spirit. But are you going to overcome? Are you going to endure? Don't let nothing get in the way. And if it's in the way, move around it. If you can't get around it, jump over it. If you can't jump over it, duck under it. If you can't duck under it, crawl underneath. Let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing or no one hold you back. This is 1 Peter, the 5th chapter, in verse 7. Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant. Basically, be cautious, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So cast all your cares on the Lord. Worry, stress. He's gonna make the way. That's why the more we read, the more we're around that energy of the same mindset, the stronger you get. We are connected. The believers are connected. You might not be able to see that energy, but it's there. You have to believe and strive. Strive. Perfection ain't striving for you. You striving for it. Nas said it best. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard on it, I can be what I want to be. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but it makes sense. Makes sense. You want that calling? Work hard on it. If you tired of this, work hard on it. Only somebody lazy It says this is too much. But you work hard for everything else. You sisters, you push out a baby out of your Karuchi. If you can do that, it's nothing else that can hold you down. If you can push a baby out of you. Brothers, you got the world pointed at you. If you can overcome the world with the little things, with the medium things, the big things, and you add Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai in it, nothing can stop you. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthens me. Superman got the sun that strengthens him. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash strengthens us. Sidebar, don't tell nobody. Nobody can fuck with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Remember that. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahushai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahushai. Shalom.